Hey everyone, I'm just going to get my computer all organized here so I can see your comments and turn off the volume. How's everybody doing today? I'm pretty thankful it's Friday, although I wish I had another day before the weekend because I've got a ton of stuff to do before our weekend happens. Busy day today. Okay, why can't I see my video? Oh, here we go. All right. Almost ready here. So today we're going to be crafting with the Animal Expedition DSP. I love this DSP. So cute. Okay, so like I say every week, I like to try to keep it within half an hour, 40 minutes. Oh my gosh, look how white I look. I mean, I'm normally a pale person. I've got a window right in front of me and it's shining right on me and all of a sudden got bright. So now I look kind of pale and washed out, but that's okay. Soon the camera will be pointing down and you'll see my crafting anyways. So we are gonna go ahead and jump in because I really wanna keep it within the 30 to 40 minutes. And I'm going back to using my old phone for this, so I'm hoping that we're not gonna have any kind of blurry problems. I asked my son, who's the only other person home right now, to stay off of our Wi-Fi just so that we have a nice, crisp, strong, hopefully strong connection. Okay, so last week I had mentioned that I had 2 prizes to give away. So I've got a bundle of cards and this cute little treat pouch here. So I'm gonna draw for the winners for that, first of all. So I've got everybody's name in here, and remember you get 1 ticket for commenting, and you can comment as many times as you want. And that commenting qualifies for on the Facebook Live after the Facebook Live is posted, so within that 1 week time period, so between now and next week's Facebook Live. And also I upload this recording to YouTube, and if you don't do Facebook, then you're more than welcome to comment on YouTube as well, and that will qualify you for an entry as well. And then if you share either the YouTube video or you share the Facebook Live video, then that gets you 5 entries to win. Okay, so today's winner, the first one, is Beth M. Can you see that? So I will contact her to get her mailing information. So she will be the winner of the package of cards. So I'll set that aside so I can contact her afterwards. And then the winner of the treat pouch will be, oh my gosh, she was really lucky. She won both. So she must have shared the video or commented a couple times. So see, it pays to share that video. Okay, so I'll set those aside for her. Now, if you want a chance to win, be sure to comment, ask questions during the live or afterwards. I will try to go back and make sure I answer all of those questions, or comment back on your comments. What else? Things are going to look a little bit different for the next 2 weeks because on Wednesday I leave for the Alaskan cruise Stampin' Up! Incentive trip. So I'm taking my mom this year, and we are going to Seattle for a couple days, and then we're cruising to Alaska from Seattle. So I'm really excited. She's never been on a cruise before, and she's never been to Alaska, so it's going to be lots of fun. Good mother-daughter bonding time. So of course I'm not going to be around for the next 2 Fridays to do a Facebook Live, but I want to keep the momentum going. I've really been enjoying this. It's been lots of fun. So what I'm going to do is I am going to pre-record a video and schedule it to post on Facebook and YouTube for 11 o'clock on the next 2 Fridays. Okay, so feel free to comment on that post where I post it on Facebook or again on YouTube, and I will still do a drawing for the next 2 Fridays. Okay, so comment on each of the videos, today's video, next week's video, and the following week's video, and as long as you're commenting within that 1 week period, then you'll be entered for a draw. I just won't do any of the drawing until I come back and on the August 3rd Facebook Live. Okay, so it'll be a while before we draw some more winners, but we'll be drawing for 3 weeks worth of winners. And the winners for the next 3 weeks, they will win the cards that I make on the Facebook Live or the pre-recorded videos. All right. Okay, what else do I need to tell you? I think that's it for now. So I'm gonna turn the camera down so that we can go ahead and get started with the crafting portion. So just bear with me for a moment. Okay. Okay, so I just need to give it a minute here to make sure. There's always a little bit of a delay on my computer screen. So I just want to make sure that you guys can see everything that is in the shot here. Okay, does that look good? Okay, I think that's good. All right. So one of the things that I want to mention, and I think you've heard me mention it before, is that we've got a fabulous promotion on the starter kit this month. We have got the Stampin' Pad family promotion. So what that is when you purchase the starter kit, which is always the best deal in the catalog, it's completely customizable. You get to choose $165 worth of product and only pay $135. There's no shipping and there's no GST on that. And this month, when you do that, you get to choose a set of 10 ink pads. So you can choose any one of the 4 color collections or the in color combos, and you get all 10 of them. So both years that we've got. So that in itself, with shipping and GST, is $106. So if you combine both of the deals, I worked out the math, and if you were to purchase all of this stuff, so $165 worth of product and a set of 10 ink pads, with shipping and GST, it comes out to $297. But you can actually get it all for just $135, no shipping and no tax. So it is a fabulous deal. If that's something that you're interested in, it's only available until the end of July, and I'd be happy to chat a little bit more about you. Just send me either a Facebook message or send me an email or text me or even just phone me, and I'd be more than happy to answer any questions that you have. So what I like to do whenever Stampin' Up! Comes out with a promotion like this is I like to imagine that I am not a demonstrator and kind of put together a couple kit options, what I would choose based on what I'm loving right now in my starter kit. So I did 2 of these that I shared at my class last night. The first one, the Rooted in Nature bundle. I absolutely love that bundle. Let's see if I can find it really quickly in the catalog in case you're not familiar with it. It kind of reminds a lot of us of Lovely as a Tree. This one here, Rooted in Nature. So this stamp set, and then the framelits. So somebody said that they heard it explained as a Lovely as a Tree on steroids last night, and I thought that was a perfect description, because many of the images do kind of remind me of Lovely as Tree. Like there's a tree similar to this, but Lovely as a Tree doesn't have framelits that coordinate with it. So I love that. And with the little embossing possibilities in the framelit section, that just opens up the doors to more possibilities. So that's a more expensive bundle. So it's $99, so that's a little bit pricier. I would also throw in the Nature's Twine, which is the twine that coordinates with that bundle, the Big Shot embossing platform, and I would do that because there are 3 framelits or embossing pieces in that framelit set that are meant to emboss, and it adds beautiful texture. The faceted dots, which those, interestingly enough, are part of the Detailed with Love suite, but the colors coordinate perfectly with the colors in this Rooted in Nature suite. And then a package of foil. So I would probably choose copper because I love the copper. And then that would leave me with $19 to spare. So I would choose a specialty TSP. And right now I've been playing a lot with the Detailed with Love specialty TSP. So I would choose that. And then I would get the ink pad collection for free. And I would probably choose Bold Brights because I love Bold Brights. Or not Bold Brights, it's not called Bold Brights anymore. I'm dating myself there. It's called Brights. All right, so that, like I said, it comes out to $297 and the cost is $135. No shipping, no GST. So how can you turn that down? The other thing, so I came up with another one. I thought, okay, well, that's not necessarily for everyone, although I do love that bundle. The other thing that I'm really enjoying that I'm going to use a little bit of today are the Stampin' Blends. So I would choose all new, there's 11 sets or combo packs of the new colors in Stampin' Blends. So those come out to $132. I would choose another color lifter, and I use a color lifter a lot, so I find that having more than one is perfect. The Animal Outing stamp set, and you'll see why after today's Facebook Live. And then of course I would get the ink pad collection for free. So those are just kind of some examples of what I would put in my starter kit if I could purchase the starter kit today. And I wish I could because it's such a fabulous deal, and I'd love to get all those new ink pad designed, all the new ink pad designs. All right, so I'm gonna set that aside and move this out of the way. All right, one last thing before we get started. For the next 2 and a bit weeks, probably almost 3 weeks. So from now, what's the date today? Today is the Friday the 13th. So from Friday, July 13th to the end of the month, so July 31st, when you place a $50 order with me, I will be sending you a package of red rhinestones in with your order. Just be sure to use this hostess code up here to qualify. If your order is over $50, then you'll get a package of these with your thank you card. And just remember, if your order is over $200, then you don't want to use the hostess codes because then you qualify for Stampin' Rewards. Okay? Okay, enough talking. Let's get into crafting. All right, so today's, or actually this week's paper of focus, because of course we've still got the DSP promotion going on, is the Animal Expedition paper. So I'm gonna just flip this through here one page at a time. Look at these cute little hippos. It's such a cute paper. And then this one with the little birds and the leaves. This one with the little froggy. And I love his little eyebrows. It's so cute. And then this one here. And this one is kind of, it's similar to this one, just on a smaller scale. And what's great about this one, actually I'll point that out in a minute. We'll come back to that paper. And then this cute little alligator one, or crocodile, I don't know what the difference is. And then you flip it over, so you've got all those fun little images on the back, on the front, but then on side B, you've got these great kind of geometric patterns that can be used for so many different things. Good morning, Shara. Mary Liz says, love this paper, had to get more. Yes, I think this is a paper pack that you need 2 of, because it is seriously cute. I've purchased one, but I think this one and the paper that I'm using next week, I think those are 2 that I'm going to need to get more than 1 package of, because they're just so adorable. Okay, so that's the paper, but also included in that suite is the Animal Outing stamp set, which is so cute. Like, look at this kangaroo with a little koala bear in his pocket. It's so adorable. And these are so fun to color. So there's that stamp set, and then there's coordinating framelits. But what's great about the framelits is, look at this. The framelits coordinate with some of the images on the DSP as well. So some of the kangaroos and some of the rhinos are facing in a different direction, but it will cut out some of them. And then you've got your giraffe, and you've got your little frog. That's going the wrong way, this guy. So the framelits will cut out some of the images from the DSP as well. So that makes it even more versatile. Love it. Hey, Tammy. Okay, so let's put that away. Oh, and then the other thing, well, there's this leaf ribbon, which I love. It's so fun. It's so different. So we're going to use that today as well. And then there's some wood elements, which I don't have just yet. So there's that in the suite as well. All right, so let's set that aside. And these are the two projects that we're going to create today. This one's going to be a little bit different. You'll see the difference. I actually created this with the intent of using it in a class and then changed my mind. So I'm switching it up a little bit for the Facebook Live. So then I'd love to hear which one you like better, but I'll put the two side by side after I make it. I'm curious to see which one I'd like better too. I don't normally do this. I have to have a sample already done before I do it. So I have no idea what it's going to look like. It'll be fun. Hello, Robin. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're going to start with this one. Now, this was inspired by Rhonda Wade. She did this on a video a few weeks ago, and I have done this before, but it had been years since I had done it. So it's always nice to revisit old ideas with new product. Hey, Kathy. So it's a little pocket card. This would be cute for if you were doing a birthday invitation or a bunch of thank you cards, or even just a regular thank you card, or a regular birthday card. But I'm going to show you how you can conserve your paper so that you can get 3 out of a piece of designer series paper. Okay, so you can make lots out of one package of paper. And you won't believe how easy this is to make. All right, so let me grab my supplies. Okay, so we are starting, and I'm going to use a little bit of a different patterned paper. We are starting with a piece of DSP that is 4 inches by 10.5. So let's say this is our patterned paper. What you want to do is you want to cut 10.5 at 10.5 going this way. So of course you want to pay attention to which direction your paper goes. So you would cut it at 10.5 here, and then you would rotate it and you'd cut it at 4 and 8, and that would give you 3 out of 1 sheet of DSP. Okay. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to pull out my bone folder, and I'm going to fold this in half. I'm not even going to use my paper, my scoring tool or anything. I'm just going to fold it in half, score it, and then I'm going to fold this down, and I am not even paying attention to how big that fold is. It's probably about 1 inch, maybe 1.25 inches. Okay, I'm not going to use any adhesive or anything, and look how cute that is, just like that. All right, and you can see that the paper on the back is upside down, but that's not going to matter. You won't be able to see that. And then I've got some of our Lemon Lime Twist ombre ribbon, and I'm going to tie a bow. And a little tip, when you're crafting at home, keep your ribbon on your spool and tie your bow. It will help you conserve your ribbon, because if you cut off a piece, it's hard to know exactly how long you need that ribbon to be. And then you always cut it too long, or maybe it's too short and you have to cut another piece. So this way you can get it just right and you're not wasting any ribbon. And snip that, and there we go. We've got our bow. So does anybody have any fun plans for the weekend? We are actually heading down to take Ethan to the farm. He's going to work on the farm for a week. So he's got his work cut out for him this next week coming up. Okay, so I've got a piece of basic black cardstock that is cut 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I'm going to position this on here so that I've got about 1/8 inch border all the way around. Adjust my bow a little bit here. Okay, and then I've got a strip of Whisper White cardstock that measures 1 1/4 inches, and I'm going to take the Wild About You stamp from the Animal Outing. I'm going to ink it with Memento ink and stamp it on my white cardstock. And I'll set that aside so I don't get ink all over myself. I'm going to flag the ends. Now at this point you can use your triple banner punch if you have it. I didn't bring mine over, so we are just going to cut up the center, and then I'll use my scissors and just snip up to that cut line. And then I'll snip this off. Very little measuring today. I'm just winging it. All right, then this is going to get tucked under here, just like this. Oh, one other thing first. I've got a piece of lemon lime twist that I am going to just flag and snip some of this off. And I'm gonna just attach this to the back. So just like that, add a little bit of adhesive on here. Tuck it under here, like so. And so now my pocket is done. And then I've got a piece of lemon lime twist that measures 3 3/4 by 5, and a piece of white that measures 3 5/8 by 4 7/8. And I'm just going to add that to the lemon lime twist, which is going to be my mat. And then this will slide right into the pocket. And there's just about a 1/16 of an inch border, so just a tiny little border on that. And then that just slides in there. So there we go. So that's 2 different papers and 2 quite different looks because it's different colors. So super quick and easy. You could easily mass produce those. All right, now the next one, let's set those aside. Okay, so this is the next one that we're going to create. Grab my pieces here. And so I'm starting with a regular card base. So it measures 5.5 by 8.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. And I like to use the thick white cardstock for my card bases. And then instead of, okay, what I did here was I used this image and I ran it through using the new Big Shot embossing platform several times just to add an embossed look, because like I said, I thought I was going to use this for a class, and I knew that I wouldn't have enough DSP to cover everybody in class, so that was going to be my solution. And then I decided to go with something completely different. So what I decided to do for the Facebook Live video is to try it with the DSP that has the giraffe print on it and see how it looks, how different it looks. So this is the side B of this pattern here. So I'm gonna stick this down. This piece measures 3 3/4 by 5. And it's just gonna go right in the center here. Like that. And then I've got a strip of Pool Party that measures 1 1/8, and it will eventually be 4 1/4. And this print, which is the B side of the alligator print, measures 1 by, it will eventually measure 4 1/4. So I'm going to add a little bit of adhesive. Let's see how long we need it here. So I'll set this in the center, and that's just going to be like a 1/16 of an inch on the top and the bottom. So you'll just see that tiny bit of Pool Party poking through. And then this is going to go across the center here. And sometimes I like to have this, do it this way where my pieces aren't pre-cut, because I find that, you know, sometimes you get it and it's just a tad too short, and then you have to trim your card for it to line up. And this way it allows you to make it fit perfectly. Hey Lorna, I ran into Al at Earl's the other day. I guess you were inside and we missed you. We didn't see you. All right, so, and there we've got the strip going across, and now we need to work on our focal point. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is, again, I'm gonna take this Wild About You. I love this Wild About You saying, but I could do thank you. There's a thank you greeting in here. There's together we make a great pair, which would be a cute anniversary card for your significant other. So, and I'm gonna stamp it a little closer. Do I have it going the right way? Yeah. A little closer to the right. Perfect. So I've pre-cut my stitched oval framelit. I know I've mentioned it before, but that is my absolute favorite framelit set. You just can't get enough of that. All right, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink up my giraffe and stamp him. And I am going to color him with our Stampin' Blends. Can you guys still hear me? My screen, for some reason, paused. Can you guys hear me? Are you guys still seeing what I'm doing here? I don't know if it's still recording. I'm going to assume that it is. I am not seeing. I don't know why this paused on me. Well, I hope it's gonna keep going here. Okay, so I'm going to ink up my giraffe with Memento ink. Like I said, because I'm going to color with Stampin' Blends, that's the ink that you need to use. So there we go. Okay, thank you, Kathy. For some reason, my screen just paused. Okay. All right, so now I'm gonna pull in my Stampin' Blends. So I have got the Daffodil Delight combo, and I've got the Crumb Cake combo and the Copper and my Color Lifter. So these are the colors that I'm gonna use today. And the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm gonna use my light Crumb Cake and color in his spots. And you'll see that, I don't know how closely you can see this because of course I can't see my screen. I don't necessarily go right to the edges because I can do that when I go to blend. And then I'm going to go over the darker bits. So what's great about this stamp set is it's got little bits of shading. So you can see where the shading is and where the lines are. That's where it's meant to be a little bit darker. I am no artist, so I don't know how or where to do any shading. And you know what, to be honest, I don't care to learn either. So I love sets like this that just show me where I need to add those dark highlights. So I'm gonna go back and just add a little bit of the Copper just where that dark bit is, just a tiny little bit. And I always like a light touch when I do this. And then I'm gonna come in with my dark Crumb Cake and I'm just going to blend just a little bit. And again, I'm not going all the way to the top of the little spots. And now I'm gonna come in with my light and I'm gonna go over the whole thing. These spots are so small that some of them you can't even tell that anything's been done, really. Okay, and now for the rest of the giraffe, I'm going to take my light daffodil and I'm just gonna start coloring him in. And I mean, there's lots of different ways that you can color using alcohol markers. I just prefer to start with light and go dark because I find it blends better if there's that base coating on there. So if you add a coat of light, then you've saturated the cardstock with one layer of ink, which allows you to go back and add some dark highlights and then go back with the light and blend. So I'm just kind of going lightly around, and I'm not even being very careful because I'll be able to blend that color in when I go back over it with my light. So it doesn't look like much right now. Let me put it up to the screen. Can you see? You can see the lines where I added the dark, but now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back over it with the light. And blend that in. How many of you have tried the alcohol markers? anybody already own them or some of them? And I mean, have you had a chance to play with them? All right. Okay, so I'm happy with that. So you can see how it blended some of those lines in there. So you don't see, it's not obvious where you added that dark color in there. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring in the framelits so that we can cut this giraffe out. So I'm gonna bring in my Big Shot. Move this guy out of the way. All right. So I've got my magnetic platform, my giraffe. I'm gonna put the framelit right over top. So nice to have a framelit that coordinates so that you don't have to fussy cut it. Huge time saver. Okay, so we'll get this out of the way. Okay, so now I've got my giraffe. Isn't he cute? All right, so I am going to pop this up with dimensionals onto my card base. I really need to remember to not wear bracelets when I film videos because the banging kind of bothers me. Hopefully you guys can't hear it too much. All right, so I'm gonna stick this guy on here, just make sure my words are straight. And then I'm going to use a double layer of dimensionals on the bottom of this guy. And then a single layer on his head, and you'll see why in just a minute. Oops. And then I'm going to pop him up here. So you can see that the double layer allows me to go above this piece because it's already on dimensionals. And then because it's got that height, you only need a single layer on his head. Okay. And now I'm going to take in this beautiful leaf ribbon and I'm going to cut off some petals. I need, let's see here. Do this and I'm going to trim this stem off because this guy's going to get tucked under like that. So I'll grab some mini glue dots and I'll put one on the back of each petal just to make sure that it sticks nicely. Under there like that, and then I'm going to cut off 3 more, but this time I'm going to separate them from the branch. So you could use this as a big long strip of ribbon on a project, but this is another great way to use it as well, is just those little individual leaves. There. You know, I'm really liking this card. This might be, it's our anniversary on Sunday. This might, I thought I had a card picked out for Marcel, but this might be cute. I think I like this one better than the one I had picked out. So this might be his anniversary card. All right, so now we're done. So those are the 2 different variations. Which one do you guys like better? Yeah, Sherrod, that ribbon does make the card, doesn't it? It's so cute. I think I like the DSP one better. I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you have a preference? So anyways, if you're watching the replay, be sure to comment with your preference of the card and I'll enter your name into a draw. So I think that is it. Just a reminder that, let's have a look at the cards here again. So we had these two. Boy, I wish I could see my screen. I wonder why that happened. I tell you, all these technical difficulties. Last week it was, things got blurry. Now this week I can't see my replay. Oh, Austin and Landra love the one on the left. So this one here with the DSP. Oh yeah, Marie Liz loves that one too. Yeah, I think that's the winner for sure. All right, so those are the cards that we created today. And just a reminder, if you place a minimum $50 order with me between now, so July 13th, and the end of the month, so July 31st, with your thank you card, you will get a package of red rhinestones sent in there. And those cards will be a little late this month because I won't be sending them until, of course, I'm back. So it won't be probably until the beginning of August, towards the beginning of August, that you'll receive your thank you card and your little gift. And also a reminder, if your order is over $200, don't use the hostess code because you qualify for Stampin' Rewards. All right, so I think I went a little bit over my oh no, look at that. It's 11:37, so I'm still within the 30 to 40 minutes. Perfect. So thanks for joining me today, and I will see you next week. Remember, next week is just going to be a recording, so it won't be live, but you feel free to still interact in the comment section, and when I get a chance to check in online, I will comment on your comments. All right? Oh, Marianne says the printed background brings out the elements better. I agree. I think this one is so much nicer than this one. And that's probably why I decided not to do this one in class, is just because I didn't love it. So, all right. So thanks for watching and have a fabulous weekend. Take care.